Hello everybody, thanks for tuning into this video from wherever you're watching. I really appreciate it. Today I'm going to review a movie called We Have a Ghost, which is a movie on Netflix starring Anthony Mackie, David Harbour and many others. The basic plot of the movie is this. So there's this family and they move into this house and they realize there's a ghost in the house. And the movie carries on from there. I'm not going to spoil the movie because if I say anything more than that, it might spoil the movie. So the ghost of this movie is played by David Harbour. He's the character. Okay, let's start with what I liked. So here's the first thing that I liked. The thing that I like most about this movie. David Harbour as Ernest. He completely sells this movie. He's the heart and soul of this movie. And he's the best part of this movie as well. All the emotions in this movie were all from him, or at least most of them were from him. So he carries this movie for me, and David Harbour, a talented actor, does a fantastic job here. So props to him. Honestly, I think they should have named this movie Ernest after David Harbour's character because he's literally the part that's carrying this movie for me. Yeah, there's this father and child relationship both between Anthony Mackie's character and Kevin, as well as David Harbour's character Ernest and his child. So that's very nice to see as well. So this is very weird because this is the first film where I'm going to have more drawbacks than the good stuff which I liked. The first film on this channel that I've reviewed so far, of course. Let's start with the drawbacks. My very first drawback. This is a comedy / family film, right? So you may ask me, hey, how's the comedy in this film? And I'll be honest with you, it's bad. Like 95% of the jest and comedy in this film didn't work for me. I don't think it worked for you either, but yeah. Only 5% worked, so yeah, that's that. Because the jokes were all like race and modern social media stuff. Like there's this female character, Asian character, who says Asian rice is for Asians only, and oh wait, I got it here. Asian people only like rice, which felt like I didn't laugh at that. It didn't feel funny at all. And I just stared at the screen like it's not funny at all. Then there was this other scene where there was this ghost challenge where people were running into walls, which is not funny at all, and they're hurting themselves and it's not funny. I think the main target audience of this movie were teenagers like myself, but I did not like this movie at all, so I just want to put that out. And yeah, overall the jokes did not work for me. There were a few good jokes, but overall it didn't work for me. The family portion was solid though. The family portion did a good job. And yeah, there was my second main issue. There was a romantic storyline between two 16-year-olds that did not work for me at all because they are 16-year-olds. Like, so why go for a romance between two 16-year-olds when you could have gone for friendship? Like, it feels weird seeing two 16-year-olds having a romance. Yeah, maybe that's just me, not you, but yeah. I felt a romance, a friendship storyline would have suited it more than a romance. But yeah, they did what they did. Then yeah. Okay, there was one character, Dr. Leslie Monroe. Her character development did not make sense. Like, look, I appreciate the character development, but getting from point A to point B, the transition didn't work at all for me. This is why. At the beginning of the story, she's presented as someone who tends to antagonize ghosts as terrorists. So I would like to see a backstory of why she thinks that way, but we didn't get that, sadly. And the development, how's the development? At the end of the movie, she develops into this character who helps this ghost escape, which I'm like, why? Like, what happened between these two dots, between point A and point B, that told her maybe that changed her mindset, you know? Like, the transition wasn't there. Like, there were no events that changed her mind that I could think of right now. So yeah, I wish they worked on the transition from point A to point B for her character development. And it would make more sense if Dr. Monroe this character was the daughter of the ghost, but she isn't, so the character development just didn't make sense to me. Then there was Judy Romano, who's the interviewer, who's very weird. I have no idea why she's very weird, but she is very weird, and I did not like that. I don't see any reason to make her very weird. So yeah, I didn't like that either. And okay, this is my second last critique of the film. The 16-year-old character is outsmarting two police officers in a car chase. That sounds insane. Like, that is so unrealistic. Okay, I get that the ghost helped him. Like, he sabotaged some of the vehicles of the police officers, but still, like, if you see his driving skills, he's able to dodge swiftly, like drift swiftly, which for a 16-year-old is what? That doesn't make sense. Then yeah, and there was this police vehicle that went under a truck, and the top part was gone, but the police officer came out of the car and he was completely unhurt. He should have died, but he's completely unhurt, and that is very surprising to me. Yeah, a lot of things doesn't make sense. Then this next part, my last critique, which is something that doesn't make sense either, is my biggest critique of the movie. I don't understand how so many people easily believe that there really is a ghost in this house. Like, after 2 social media videos, there were people surrounding the house, like people from the press and all, so many people surrounding the house, and it makes no sense at all. So yeah, I think, yeah, it didn't make sense. Overall, I would say the character of Ernest carried this movie. David Harbour did a fantastic job, and Anthony Mackie's character, Frank, had 1 or 2 moments to shine, and these 2 things were the biggest thing in the movie and carried this movie for me. I'm going to give this movie a 5 out of 10. I think it is average at best. Let me know what you thought about the film in the comments below. And yeah, see you next time.